back to the vlog. If this is the first time you're here, my name is Desiree. I am the mother of Mojave, and we are living our life with intention in the Colorado Rockies. So that brings me to my next point. I am super excited to bring this episode to you today because I am going to be diving into a few of the things that I've had to come to learn about living my life in the mountains. So I've created a list of the top few things that I have come to realize since living here. What it really takes. If you are planning on making a move up to the mountains, you might want to make sure you're okay with these things first. So there's a few things that I had to come to find out either the hard way or through doing my own research. But these are very important things that are necessary when you're living your life up in the mountains. I'm going to attempt to do this entire episode with my Invisalign in. We're gonna see whether or not I can control that lisp. So let's get right in. Number one thing, super important, that is necessary when living in the mountains is you need a fireplace. Like you really, you need it. You need it. It gets very cold and there's a lot of crazy windstorms up here, which blows even more cold weather through. If you ever lose power, which we'll get to that point, you will need that fireplace because your heater won't be running at that point and it's gonna start getting really chilly. That's what I learned almost the hard way. Then you can use all of your ashes to then fertilize your garden or your plants, anything like that. So it's a nice little ecosystem you build. Even more important than that is to remember that you have to have enough firewood stored up for the winter. It's not as scary here as it is in some other places further north. When we get snow, it'll stick around for maybe a day or two, but the sun's pretty hot, so it'll melt it right away. The second thing I would say is, no, really, wood is a very big deal. If you lose power, you're gonna need to keep a fire going. And that has happened quite a number of times. When you're up here, you don't have the same sort of strong network connection that you would in, say, Colorado Springs or Orlando, Florida, or something like that. And to be honest with you, that is what I was looking for. Power goes out. You have to know about that. You do need internet. Again, you're out in basically the middle of nowhere. The phone networks don't reach. A lot of them don't. I have AT&T as a carrier, and it is really crappy up here. I will say it gets a little tricky when I'm trying to upload videos and stuff because my internet will cut in and out. No matter what, I mean, it's just gonna kind of be really bad connection most of the time. The next one is to stock up on sweaters and blankets. This kind of goes along with the first couple that I was saying about the weather and the unpredictability of the electricity, and it's just gonna be good to be able to bundle up if you need to. It does get chilly. If you are ever encountering a dangerous wildlife situation, the best thing for you to do is to scream like a banshee and look like a crazy fool. Your trash really should stay inside your house until trash day. Because animals are more of the population out here than the people in this town that I live in. So you really have to be careful. Some people will get one of those trash cans with like a locked lid, but I don't know, man. I have a neighbor that uses one, and I actually saw it ripped open last summer from a bear. So I mean, do what you can, but yeah, it's a real problem. Make sure that you finish all of your outdoor work by sundown. Because you are in the wild, baby. There is nature and wildlife everywhere. We see deer every single day. We have neighbors that have caught on their outdoor cameras bobcats and cougars, and that's like a neighbor that's a few houses down from me. So we have bears, we've got moose, wolves, fox. Fox aren't so bad, but they can kind of get really bad. Don't ever listen to their mating call in the middle of the night when you're pregnant in the middle of the mountains. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up on YouTube. I was 7 months pregnant, and it was nighttime. I had just closed the front door, came back in the living room, and I heard this loud crash, and I looked out the door and I saw that my trash can was knocked over. So I was like, oh, okay, I should go pick that up. This was like when I first moved here. So here I am walking outside in the middle of the night, pitch black, when I hear from the tree between my door and where I am, this growling, snuffly, nasally. It was a bear. I had a bear standing at my door, and I was 7 months pregnant. And I didn't know how to get back in. That was pretty scary. I started banging on the hood of the car, like, hey, get out of here! And then finally my porch light kicked on and I just booked it. I just ran back inside and said, I need to remember not to do that again. A 4x4 for your vehicle may be necessary. So every time I come up the mountain to my house, I have to switch my car into manual mode just to keep it in second. But I only have front wheel drive, or it might be rear wheel drive. Anyway, only 2 of the wheels are working the way that they should in this scenario. So I had to get some chains for my wheels. A lot of people will also buy winter tires, which was completely unheard of to me before moving here, but it's an actual thing. There's sheds outside of people's houses specifically to store their winter tires. I'm trying to make my car work the best that it can. It's not bad, it does the job, but when it snows and there's snow on the ground and I leave the house, I'm fine. But coming back home, it's really tough because I have to get back up that mountain. So 4x4. And the last one on this list, and this one I did learn the hard way, is that when you're living in these older houses, sometimes the systems are not updated. So you might have to come across a situation where you feel like you want to take a shower. I'm telling you to just go ahead and take a shower. Don't put it off, because there's a big chance that you're gonna lose your hot water. Yeah. I know. And then you're like, oh man, I should have just taken that shower when I had the chance. So those are my top 10 things that you should know about the mountains if you wanted to come live this life, because it's a different life from the beach or flatlands. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's really it. I don't have much else to say, and I'm trying to figure out ways that I'm going to keep this visually entertaining to where you're not just watching me the whole time.